is Veske, and I come from the only EU agency that is dedicated to gender equality fully. This is the work that we do. It's the collecting information on gender equality. We analyze information, and then we make conclusions and share this information. Information as such, obviously, is I think also for the NGOs and people that work directly with other people is of crucial importance, and especially when it comes to the issues like gender equality. We have done, but the work that we do is there are different research fields. One of them is violence, that we have produced several publications on this. And what we also do is each presidency country in the EU selects the topic for gender equality that comes from the, I don't know if some of you might know, it's the Beijing Platform for Action, which is the basis of the all gender equality work, I would say, or it's one of the most important documents in gender equality field. So each presidency country selects its own topic, and we make the report on this. And for Ireland, it was women and media. So pretty soon we will have the report on women and media as well. And we work on the EU level, so we collect data on each EU country. But last year we published also a mapping study that we did on men for gender equality in the European Union. It has different aspects in it. So first of all, we mapped the organizations that are working in Europe with the topic of men and gender equality, or men for gender equality. And secondly, we also established a database which is available on our website. So for the organizations that work with men and to support gender equality, to connect between each other, because quite often the wheels have been invented somewhere, and we don't really need to reinvent them, and therefore this European cooperation is really important. And in Europe there are numbers of organizations that have done extremely good work on for men and by men, and that support gender equality. I think you can go much further already. Yes, even if you go further. Yes. Okay. So in this database, you can also have the contacts, and you see their general activities, what they have been doing, and it's also possible if you are working in the field, then it's also, of course, and you're not in the database, then it's also, of course, possible to get to the database by just letting me know. Right? Can we go further? Yeah, unfortunately, again, on the big screen you don't see it, but it's in the database. You can search through the different variables. You can select different countries there, where you would like to have the contacts, and or the activities that they have been doing. So, as I said, it covers 27 EU member states, and there are different types of actors in the database. There are state institutions, then the NGO level, then there are academic and research centers, and consultants, journalists, politicians. So they are all listed there, and this is, as I said, a good source for information there. Yes. all in total, we mapped 241 organizations and 67 individuals in Europe. It was a bit difficult at the beginning because we had to make sure also that the organizations that we map are not against gender equality as a principle, because there are organizations, unfortunately, of course, that are they might say that they work for gender equality, but the understandings might differ from what we see as the goal of gender equality. Yes, we were looking for the organizations that are gender aware or gender sensitive, as we said, and that recognize that men and women have differing and sometimes conflicting needs and interests and priorities. And the final report, then it summarizes the main findings on the developments and patterns and trends in the member states, and it also reflects the emergent issues and obstacles. This final report, it's also available on our website. I don't have the printed materials here. And it also shows several examples of good practices of men involvement to achieve more gender equality. And the way we did it was we had the national researchers in each member state, and they did the desk research, questionnaires, interviews with the people. And I don't know, Alan, were you interviewed as well? Yes, you were, yeah. So we to get the full picture. Yes, and we can go to the next slide. So there, of course, whilst doing this work, there were many challenges, and one of the issues that arose from this study was that many organizations that deal with men, they don't see themselves as gender equality organizations. They don't see that they can't link the work that they do, even though they do good work, but they don't link it with the idea of moving towards equality. And the other issue was that how to convince men beyond those who are already active in or potentially interested in the gender equality work that participating in those efforts is worthwhile. That by moving closer to the gender equal world, to the gender equal society, is beneficial for men as well. So this would be probably one of the topics for us at the Institute to discuss further, because now we're really starting with the men and gender equality topic, and by the end of the year we will have a better let's say platform or starting point. How do we deal further with the topic? What activities concretely we will do? Then one of the things that came out, of course, was that there is need to take account the diversity among men in terms of their identities and motivations and roles. What the researchers also said, and what has been pointed out here, that men need a feeling that they are listened to, that their perspectives on the gender equality is taken on board. And also what needs to be further researched is what are the risks of not engaging with men, or not taking them on board of the gender equality ideas, and yes, what that can lead to. So the ways forward after the study was completed, we, as I told, we are now working on the the platform on the starting point. How do we continue? But also we see the need that the other European institutions, the member states indeed, should encourage them to put also emphasis on how to engage more men in the gender equality topic. And mostly what came out from the study as well, right now the men and gender equality topic is mostly on the NGO level, that it's the activists and non-governmental organizations that do the work. However, in some member states there are some policy initiatives also on the governmental level, some campaigns and so on. And this is something that should be encouraged further, I believe. And also how to connect these interested governments from the EU countries and also the NGOs, how to make that possible. And we found that appropriate policies are essential, and the challenge there might be the masculinity issues and responses to them. And one of the ways, just coming back now to the previous bullet point, that's how to connect different actors. At our institute we have a electronic platform called Eurogender, which allows different participants to have online debates. So in coming autumn, we are planning to host one online debate on men and gender equality issues, which focus will be decided this spring, as we have an expert group meeting on men and gender equality coming up. And so if you go and see on our website, you find more about this electronic platform as well. And yes, so the impact of all of this report that we did and the mapping studies, naturally we hope that people use it for finding the information and finding different organizations and connecting different levels. So this is the most important for us, and that would lead more to discussions between the different organizations and different levels, and hopefully then also create more change. I have no idea how many minutes I took because I missed the first slides. But in addition to the study that I told about now, we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have several studies on violence as well. What we do for the presidency countries. There is the study was on victim support, violence against women, victim support. And these are just main findings, but we do have the full reports available also on our website for those who need really the solid information on what's happening in Europe in that field. Also, one of our recent ones is we researched the phenomena of female genital mutilation in Europe, which is unfortunately it does exist here, even though it might at the beginning sound surprising. And for that we also have the report and the country profiles that shows what is the situation in each country. And I have one smaller publication on that here that has some good practices in combating female genital mutilation. So some policy documents, some also some NGOs work that is listed here. Right, so I don't know, is there anything else I should cover here, or? Yeah? Okay, thank you very much, and I do hope that you will have a look on our website and get updated information on Europe when it comes to issues of gender equality and also the men's organizations. Thank you.